What's up, YouTube? So today I'm going to be doing a crank sensor, this thing here, on my 96 Chevy C1500, because for the past week now the truck's been sitting in the same spot, unable to run, backfiring through the exhaust on cranking, won't stay running, it'll fire up, shut off. So I figured I'd start with the cheapest route and do a crank sensor. So in order to do a crank sensor on this truck, ignore the oil leaks, I gotta take care of that. The crank sensor is located right here behind the harmonic balancer with what I believe is an 8mm bolt. If I can get my extension off. Yeah, 8mm bolt, so it's got one 8mm bolt in it. Make sure to unplug it. I prefer to spray everything off before working on something, but I don't have any spray or anything at my new house. So we are just going to work on it with the way it is. And I will try to prop the camera up. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but yeah, like I said, ignore the oil leaks. We're going to replace that sensor and see if the truck will start. And yes, I know my truck's two-wheel drive with a lift and bigger tires. Don't come at me for it. So I can't prop it up, but I will get the old one out, show you what it looks like, and inspect it for any damage on the end of the sensor, and we'll get the new one in. Alright, so as you can tell, we got the old sensor out. Right there, new sensor sitting beside it. So as you can tell on the new sensor, you can see the part number and all of that on it there. There's no visible damage to the new one. But if we look here at this old crank sensor, it's got markings on it, which is not a good sign at all. So I am going to make a quick phone call, see what these markings mean, and I will let you all know. Alright, so made a couple phone calls and figured out that's why they give you shims when you get the new sensor for the damage that is on this one. So we are going to throw one shim. They give you two. We're going to throw one shim on there and put the new sensor in, bolt it in, plug it in, and hopefully the battery charger was on it long enough to see if it'll start. So we're going to grab the shims, the new sensor. You always want to make sure that your new sensor has the O-ring on it, and you really don't want dirt on it, but I need to get that off there. So we're going to get back down here, make sure you have your 8mm socket. And you can't really see it. Well, you can on camera, but the sensor goes there. You want to make sure you don't lose the bolt that goes in it. So I am going to set the camera down and put a shim on this and pop the sensor in. I love recording a clip and the camera doesn't get the audio, because I had just recorded the clip of putting the crank sensor in, getting it tightened down, plugging it in, and cycling the key to clear the code. But as you can tell, let me get down here real quick. The new sensor is in, and they give you shims to clearance out for damage. So I got one shim on it, got it tightened down, got it plugged in. I already cycled the key a couple times. So now we are going to see if the truck will start. I'm going to prop y'all up behind the truck. Don't say nothing about my tailpipes. I had exhaust tips on there recently, but I had a guy back into my truck and bent my exhaust tips, so I just cut them off. But we are going to go see if the truck will start. And I got one tailpipe there, the other one's on the other side. I just don't want to show my tag on camera. So we are going to see if the truck will start now. That is the first time the truck has fired up in a week. Past that, it's just been spinning over like crazy, backfiring through the exhaust. But since the battery is on charge, we're going to go ahead and turn the charger off. And I always like to unplug my battery charger before disconnecting the battery, just to make sure that the battery charger is off. So now we are going to take the battery charger off, and know that you're not touching. We're going to set the battery charger off to the side right here. And now we're going to see if, once I shut the truck off, if it'll start back up. But I got pretty decent oil pressure for the amount of mileage that's on the truck. Temperature gauge is nowhere because the truck just fired up and the truck's actually charging. So now we're going to shut it off. Key on. Truck's actually running better. It sounds better, so I'm thinking the crank sensor was my issue the entire time. But now I'm gonna shut the hood and take it for a test drive and see how it actually runs, and I will let y'all know. Alright, so the truck runs better than it did before it quit running. Now I gotta go back home. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough light outside by the time I get back to put the other shim in, because it's still got the crank sensor code. I did have Advanced Auto Parts clear the code out, but pretty sure it came back as soon as I fired the truck back up. But now I gotta either do the ignition coil or the module for the coil, because it's got one of those codes in it now that the ignition coil's got low output power or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it said, but truck runs better than it did, and I'm happy. But even sitting here idling in the Advanced parking lot, it's got a mist to it. And I'm pretty sure from what you could hear earlier with the exhaust chirp when I did the startup in my yard, I still got to adjust my rocker arms from a while back before I decided to film the truck. That I cracked a head and replaced the head, and I didn't get my rocker arms tight enough. But I already know what rocker arm I need to adjust. It's the exhaust side on cylinder 4. I just got to tighten it up a little bit more, and then hopefully the valve will open more and the exhaust chirp will go away. But other than that, I'm glad my truck runs again. I miss driving it. I'm having to use other people's cars, which I hate. But like I said, I'm happy my truck runs. I did miss driving it. Don't miss the gas mileage though, because it kind of sucks. But I think that's going to do it for today's video. I'm sorry it's so short. I'm trying to get back into the YouTube stuff because it's been just over a year since my last upload. So I'm trying to get back into it, and hopefully we'll have more content to film here soon. Just really not doing much. I pretty much just stay at the house right now since I just moved, and trying to find a job until this YouTube stuff takes off, if it ever goes anywhere. I don't know if I'm going to go anywhere on this platform. Hope I do, but only time will tell. So other than that, that'll be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.